Hi everyone! Today I'm going to show you how to do this romantic look with Pat McGrath Divine Rose palette. Now, I absolutely love the Pat McGrath palettes. Not only are the colors amazing, the glitters are fantastic and they last all day. So they're absolutely my favorite palettes. And this one in particular I love because, well, I love rose gold. And it has a good selection of pinks and purples and a little bit of browns that work really well with rose gold as well as a rose gold glitter. So let me show you. Now I start off with a clean face. I've already done my skincare and I've curled my hair beforehand. I'm going to add this makeup serum from Laneige. This is a serum, but it also acts like a makeup primer, so I love that. And because it is skincare, I'm going to be putting it on my skin and then I'm going to pat it in so that it goes down to the deeper layers of the skin. I always like to pat when it comes to serums or any treatments or anything like that, hyaluronic acid, etc. Just because it's good to make it penetrate deeper into the skin. It makes it actually work a lot better. Now for foundation, I love this Forever Glow from Dior. This one is great for when you're taking photos or filming like I do a lot for work. It basically acts like a filter and it blends really well into your skin without being blotchy or flaky or anything like that. I prefer applying my foundation with a moist beauty blender just because it actually applies it really evenly and it blends it in with the skin so it doesn't lay on top or it doesn't create any creases or streaks like brushes sometimes do. And also I have more dry skin, so that just adds a little extra moisture just because it is a little wet. Now it's really important not to forget the neck. You have to blend everything together to make it look natural. You don't want any harsh lines or anything like that. I also like to go over my eyelids a bit just to blend everything together. I really love this Born This Way concealer. It works really well on my dark circles because I'm tired all the time. And it also covers up zits and marks. And I like to add it onto my eyelids as a primer for my eyeshadow as well. And I'm just going to blend everything together with my beauty blender. Just remember to have a moist beauty blender so that it doesn't suck up too much of the product, as well as actually being hydrating when you apply it. I like using the thicker end of the beauty blender for the foundation, as well as going over again to just make sure there aren't any harsh lines between the concealer and the foundation, and just blending everything together. Now to set everything, I like using the Bare Minerals Mineral Veil. This is just to set all the liquid products before I start using powder products on top of it. I like to just tap a little bit of amount into the lid so it's not too much and then apply it to the face with a face brush. I love Bare Minerals because it doesn't reflect light too much. Some setting powders, they actually reflect light so much that you become completely white in your face. When you work with modeling and with filming, that doesn't look professional. When the end product, you just look dead. So this one I found is one of the best products to use for that. Now for contouring, I'm going to use the Chocolate Soleil from Too Faced, and I'm just going to be applying that to under my cheekbones, along my chin line, along the bridge of my nose, under the tip of my nose, as well as my temples. You can do as much or as little as you want. This is just what I like to do for a more natural makeup look. And don't worry if this is looking a little crazy. I'm going to be blending this. It's not going to be this harsh afterwards. Now I'm going to grab the same brush that I applied the setting powders with, just because it'll have a little bit of extra powder left on it, and then as well it's just a good brush to blend so that you don't look so crazy. You just want to have a little bit of a shadow, not like any harsh lines or too dark colors. So just blend everything together so it looks a little more natural. Now we're going to add some blush. I love this blush from Chanel. Chanel has a tendency to have very sheer blushes, which I like because I want a more natural look. I don't want to look too much like a doll or anything like that. It's all for a more natural makeup look. And so I add this one just to the apples of my cheek and I rub it a little bit up along the cheekbone as well. I also like adding a little bit to my eyelids just to create a base for my eyeshadow, as well as tying together the colors from the cheekbones. My go-to highlighter for more natural looks is from Bobbi Brown. It's more sheer, it doesn't have too much color, doesn't have too much glitter or anything like that. That's why I love it for natural makeup looks. And I just apply it to my cheekbones, the bridge of my nose, tip of my nose, also maybe along the lines of my brows, and anywhere you want to accentuate or to pop or to reflect a little more if you are taking photos. Now for the main event, the palette, the Divine Rose Pat McGrath palette. Look how gorgeous this is. Oh my god, I just love it. We're going to start with this dark color right here and a very small brush. We're going to apply this color just underneath the eyes as well as along the line on top. We're just basically using this almost like an eyeliner. But don't worry if it gets too harsh right now. Trust me, this will be blended. It's not going to look that crazy afterwards. So I just start placing it along the lash line. It will look a little harsh, but like I said, it will be blended afterwards, so don't worry about that. And then I always like to do basically like a smoky eye with almost any kind of eyeshadow I do, whether it's natural or not. So even though this is going to be like a more light pink kind of color, I'm going to add this in the corner. I'm going to add it like I would do a smoky eye. And again, this will be blended afterwards, so don't worry about it looking a little crazy right now. We're now going to move over to the Sable Bronze, that's the one in the middle. I'm going to be using a crease brush for that and just apply it into the crease of the eyelids, like so. And this will start the blending process, and this is more like a medium shade color. It has a really nice sheer shine to it, a really nice bronze color. So this will like piece everything together nicely. Now for the VR Rose Venus, this is a more like a rose gold color. We're going to be applying that all the way to the top of the eyelid and blend it together with that crease color. So it becomes a little bit more like rose gold rather than bronze. I really like the shine. It has a little bit of a gold shine to it, even though it's like a rose gold color. Now I'm going to add the Skin Show Nude. This is going to be on the inner corners of my eyes, so it's going to act a little bit like a highlighter. It's going to make me look a little more awake, and I love doing a nice light color on the inner corners, especially for daytime makeup, just because it does make you look a little more awake and acts like a little bit of a highlighter. Now I'm going to take the Astral Solstice, and this is going to be on the main portion of my lids. And I love this color. It's so sparkling, so glittery. And this honestly works with almost any makeup because it is such a neutral color. You can wear it with more natural makeup, or you can wear it with strong colors just to add some shimmer on top. So this is probably my favorite eyeshadow. I'm now grabbing a angled brush like this. I'm going to be applying that to the Rose Dusk. That's the pink color on the lower bottom here in the middle. I'm going to be basically using this almost like an eyeliner just to give a little bit of a pop of color. I decided to want to frame my eyes a little bit with a little more color. Everything was nicely blended together, but this just makes your eyes pop a little bit extra. And just apply that to the top lash line and the bottom lash line. Because it's an angled brush, it also gives that little bit of a winged eyeliner effect, which I love. I'm just going to take my face brush again and just dust away any particles that has fallen down, like any eyeshadow that just now is like laying on my face, and just going to get rid of that. Just do a little cleanup. Probably one of the most important things you're going to need is a setting spray. I love this one. It is the rose scented one from MAC, and this just sets your face, your eyeshadow, everything, and it'll make your makeup last all day, which is important. This might remind some people of a torture device, but it does work and it does curl my lashes. Just be a little bit careful so you don't do it too harshly, so that you don't cut your lashes, because that would be very sad. Now I'm going to add a booster. It's basically like a primer for your eyelashes. It nourishes, it protects, it also gives a little more volume and a little more length so that it preps it before you add the mascara. This just ensures that I don't really need to use false eyelashes as much, which is good for me because I get teary-eyed very often and then the false eyelashes just fall off. So that's not a good look for me. Now, my favorite mascara these days is this Pat McGrath mascara. It gives you length, it gives you volume, it gives you that more of a dramatic lash look, which I absolutely love. And like I said, I don't really like wearing false lashes anymore, so I want a mascara that kind of gives that similar effect. And you can see already how good this mascara is and how it does exactly that. So it gives you just those dramatic lashes. Another thing I really love about it is that it's not really lumpy or anything like that. And you don't have to go over it so many times as I do. I'm just like very particular with how I like my lashes to look. And I'm just trying to give it a little bit more length and color. And that's, oh wait, no, something's missing. Lipstick, can't forget that. So I'm gonna be adding this beautiful color, Soft Core by Pat McGrath. The matte trans lipsticks by Pat McGrath last literally all day, and they're eat proof, drink proof, even kiss proof. Who doesn't love that in a lipstick? That's why they've become my favorite lipsticks. Well, here's the final look. There you have it. It's good for daytime makeup, for a casual date, or for that wine Zoom call now during the quarantine days. If you love it, let me know. If you end up trying it, please tag me so I can see it. And if you have makeup that you want me to try and make a video of it, comment below and I will do so. Thanks for watching.